Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be solving x. So question 1.1 they are asking us to solve for x. We are given that x minus 3 multiplied by x plus 1. So this one is very simple. Also you can see the marks there is just 2 marks. So to do this one you're just gonna say x minus 3 is equals to 0, or x plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to 3. When you simplify this, you're going to get x is equals to 3. Or, don't put and, just say or x is equals to minus 1. So that is the answer for the first question. So the second question here, which is 1.1.2, we are given the square root of x cubed. The square root of x cubed, here as you can see, it is equal to 512. So there are two ways to solve this, or even three ways. The only ways that I found there were two. You can either square both sides, then continue with that, or to make it simple, remember every time you have something like this, you must know that there's a 2 here, imaginary 2 there. So to remove the square root there, you have to introduce that 2, then have something like x is x to the exponent 3 over 2, which is this imaginary 2, is equals to 512, which is going to be, to remove this you have to multiply it by its reciprocal, which is going to be 2 over 3, because this is going to be 6, then it's 6 divided by 6, it's going to be 1. Then what you do on the left hand side you have to do on the right hand side, then you're going to multiply this by 2 over 3. Then furthermore you can just see that this is x. When you put this on your calculator you're going to get 64. You're going to get 64 when you put that on your calculator. So the answer for this, obviously, x is equal to 64. This one you have 2 of this. So we are done with first 2 questions. So now we're going to do the third question, which is 1.13. So 1.13, what do we have here? We have x into x minus 4 less than 0. This one you can see that our critical values, sorry about that. This one you can see that our critical values, you have to find critical values every time when you give an equation like this with an equality sign. So our critical values in this case is going to be, we can see that x is equals to 0 or x is equals to 4. When you simplify this you can see x is equals to 0 or x is equals to 4. When you take this minus 1, minus 4, you take it to the other side, so it's going to give you 4, right? Then we are given that it's less than 0. So in this case it's inclusive. We're going to have 0 is less than x, and 4 is greater than x. As you can see, we're going to have something like this because our graph is positive graph, right? It's positive. So this is 0, this is 4. Then, or you can write it in a form of say x is an element of 0 is to 4. If you wrote it like this, you are still correct, right? So that is the first 3 question. 1.1, this is the answer for that. I hope you got it right. So let's move on to 1.2. So 1.2, we are given that f at x is equals to x squared minus 5x plus 2, right? So to simplify that, it's not gonna be a problem. The first question, they say 1.12, 1.2.1, they say solve for x if f at x is equals to 0. F at x is this function. If it's equals to 0, that means f at x is equals to 0, which we know it is equals to 2 minus 5x plus 2. So they are asking you to solve this. X squared minus 5x plus 2 is equals to 0. Looking at this, you can see that you won't be able to factorize this using the factors of 2, because 1 and 2, they cannot give us 5 in anyhow, unless if you're gonna use the other method where you're gonna introduce 5 over 2 and all that. But to make it simple, because also the max is just 3 marks here, as you can see, you just have to introduce the quadratic the formula for this, which is going to be x is equals to b. This formula, they normally give it to us, minus this is gonna be b minus 4ac divided by 2a. So you just substitute from this, then our x is going to be, sorry about that, so our x is going to be, just put b there, our b is minus 5, so we have minus 5 on the b, or b is minus 5. Let's put that minus 5. Then we have, let's put plus here, in this case plus or minus. Let me just put both of them at the same time. Then we have minus 5 squared minus 4 a. What is our a? A is 1. Then c is 2 divided by 2 into 1, because a is 1, right? Then you simplify this, put it on your calculator. You must find x is equals to 0.44, or x is equals to 4.56, right? So this is the answer for this question, which is this one, right? So the 1.2.1, which is kind of interesting, they are asking us what they're asking for, which values of c will f at x is equals to c have no real roots. So the first thing, you have to write f at x. Our f at x is equals to x squared minus 5x plus 2 is equals to c, right? We'll have no real roots. So we're going to simplify this to find those values. So simplifying this, already we have x squared minus 5x plus 2 minus c is equals to 0. So this is the constant that we have, right? So that is the constant that we have here. This is the constant. It is our c now. The whole thing, it is c. So going further with this, obviously we know that to find this kind of thing, we have to introduce this b squared minus 4ac less than 0, right? We have to use the standard form. Then after that, what is b here? B is minus 5 squared minus 4 a. What is a? A is 1, c 2 minus c less than 0, right? So we just want c. So simplify this to get c. We have 25 minus, this is going to be 8 minus 4c plus 4c less than 0, because minus and minus give us plus 4c. Then we're going to have 24c less than 25 minus 8, it's 17. 17 is going to be minus 17, because you are taking it to that side. Therefore c is less than minus 17 over 4. So this is the answer for the second question, this one for 4 marks, this question. So the 1.3 question, we have to do simultaneous equation, and 1.4. So to do simultaneous equation, I will do it. Let's move to, let me take this with me. So that you can be able to see that. I hope you guys are following, and if you have any question, you can ask on the comment section, or you can join the group on WhatsApp, so that you can learn with us when I send these questions, because I send them before I can solve them here. Then we have 1.3, which we are given that x. This one is very simple, because with simultaneous equation, you just substitute the first question on the second one. So let's say equation 1, we are given 2y plus 2. Then we are given x squared minus 2xy plus 3y squared is equals to 4, right? So you can just say this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So for us to get this, you just have to substitute equation 1 into equation 2. So doing that, obviously where you see x, you're gonna put this, then you're gonna have 2y plus 2 squared minus 2 into 2y plus 2 into y plus 3y squared, which is equals to 4, right? Then simplify this further. Let's simplify this further. Then I'm just going to do a quick mathematics here, so that this is going to be 4y squared plus 8y plus 4, right? When you simplify this, that's what you get. Let me put it here. Then we have simplifying this, you can multiply by this first, then we're going to have minus 4y squared. Then here you're going to have minus 4y, right? Minus 4y. Then plus what we are given here, 3y squared is equals to 4. Then just do the like terms and everything. Then you're going to have 3y squared. This will cancel this, right? This will cancel this. Then we have 3y squared. 8 minus 4 is going to be minus. It's going to be plus 4y is equals to 0. Then doing this, simplifying this, you can have 3y plus 4 is equals to 0. Therefore, y is equals to 0, or y is equals to minus 4 over 3. Right? That is the answer for that. Then you just substitute this 2 on this equation. Then you're going to find that for x is equals to y, we have x is equals to 2. And for y is equals to this, when you put it there, we have what? We're going to have, let me put minus 4 there. Then x is equals to negative 2 over 3. Just put it there. You take this, you substitute it here. Then you take this, you substitute it here. You can see when you put y0, you are left with 2. Then when you put this minus 4 over 3 here, you will see that you're going to have this minus 2 over 3. So that is that question. We have simplified it. Then the last question, it's 1.4, where they say calculate the maximum value of s if s is equals to what? This. So for this to be a maximum value, that means our denominator, this must be at the lowest point. It must be at the denominator must actually be at the lowest point, the minimum. What is the minimum value for this? Because it's positive here, you can see that x squared plus 2, the minimum value for this is equals to what? 2, because if you put any number here, it's going to make it bigger. You put 1, it will be 3. You put 2 or negative 2, it will be the same thing, because it is squared. So the minimum number, it's 2. So you just come here and say s is equals to this over 2, which is going to be 3. So the answer is 3 for this question. I hope you understand it. If you don't, we are looking for the maximum. What is the maximum? If you put x, like you have to find the value of x that will give us maximum, which is in this case it's 0. When you put 0, because any number besides that, it's going to make the denominator higher, and if the denominator is higher, this is going to be less. So thank you for joining me. I hope you understand. If you don't, you can reach me on WhatsApp.